Aggression, aggression, aggression. Everybody talks about it. Everybody tells you to play with aggression. But what does it mean exactly? And how do you know when to play with aggression and when not to? Hey guys, how's it going? Kulprit here. And like I said in the intro there, I want to talk today about aggression. I've been talking about Rush and how I like to play it, different strategies, different roles, but there's always one underlying role, and that is being aggressive. Now, this is nothing revolutionary. You guys hear this all the time. If there's one mantra that you can probably hear across any channel, any video producer's content, it's always be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. But nobody really takes time to talk about what they mean by be aggressive. And it's a specific word, but it's vague enough in this context that I'm sure some of you out there probably are either confused or you're doing it wrong, frankly, because I know I do. I definitely do it wrong. I did it wrong in the beginning. I'm still fighting to kind of get it right, and it's one of those things I don't know that I ever will, because part of me loves to just run like you know, a lunatic from Braveheart, running at the front lines, just, you know, let's go, you know, bloodthirsty, all that stuff. But you know, so I thought I'd do a quick little video talking about how I see aggression, how I use aggression, how I suggest people use it, and how not to, just as much. Because I see a lot of people costing their team tickets, frankly, because they're over aggressive and they don't know when to put on the brakes, and they kind of have this misinterpretation of what the word aggression means. I picked this gameplay. This is Rush on Epicenter. It's a relatively quick video. We kind of steamrolled them pretty quick. I do some things here or there, but it's not this epic me beast mode. Yeah, you don't see too many of those anyway, so I don't know why I'm explaining it. But yeah, it's a good clip. It showed me kind of pushing, so I thought it was somewhat appropriate. So basically, what is aggression? Well, let's start by saying what it isn't, I guess, is the easiest way to kind of explain it. It's not, you gotta love those 100-point assists there. I don't know if you guys caught that. I only caught it after I watched the video playback. It is not throwing your body on the MCOM. It is not running forward in the hallway on Grand Bazaar trying to take out 7 guys all by yourself. That's not aggression. That's stupidity. What is aggression then? Aggression, at least my interpretation of this, and everybody's gonna have a different one, obviously. Aggression is more about keeping the pressure on your opponents. And again, I've done this in several videos. I'm going to take it back to, you know, sports in general. And for me, it really kind of comes back to poker and how I used to like to play that game. And that is always applying pressure on your opponent. Why? Because it gives you an extra way to win. Okay, you can win by, I'm going to use the poker example. You can win by having the better cards. You can win by them having the worst cards. And you can win by bluffing them out and them making a mistake, in essence. So here you can win by winning the gunfight. You can win by out-tacticking them. Or you can win by them making a mistake. And when do people make mistakes? It's when you apply pressure to them. You make them make quick, hasty decisions in an environment they're not comfortable in. Just basically, that's what it is. You keep them uncomfortable. And you don't let them get organized. You don't let them get coordinated. And think about it. I mean, when you're playing and things are clicking and going well, what is it? Well, it's a match much like this. You're flowing, everything's working, you're always moving forward, all your teammates are around you, you're covering flanks, you're calling everything out. If you're allowed to get coordinated and established like that, you're very hard to beat in this game. If you keep the other team from getting coordinated, you keep the other squads from running together, you wipe squads instead of letting squads respawn on other people, those types of things, you're going to have a much easier time of it. So what does that mean? Well, it's very different for 2 game modes. I'm going to cover Conquest first, actually, because for me, aggression pretty much means always being on the move, always capping flags. That's how you put a pressure on the other team, especially in the newer game modes that we've seen out of DICE lately. It's, you know, you cap B, you move to C. You cap C, you move to E. And then maybe you notice A is getting retaken, so you go there. It's always moving, always keeping that bleed on the opponent. How you do that in between flags, well, that's kind of up to you. The general idea, in my book, do not let your squad get wiped. One guy can kind of go crazy, he can try to go Rambo, get the kills, but always make sure you have that communication where one guy stays up so the rest of the squad can respawn on him and you can get back on your way to the capping carousel, so to speak. It's kind of why I'm not that in love with Conquest anymore. It kind of got very repetitive for me. And now with Aftermath out, I'm really loving Rush again. So what does aggression mean in Rush? For me, it's not moving fast. It's actually moving methodically. It's in essence keeping your presence in the contested area. Whereas that typically it's around the MCOMs. On some maps, it might not be directly by the MCOMs. It might be a vital choke point, something like that. If you are able to stay alive, now it's counterintuitive. You're saying aggression, 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 and I'm telling you that aggression is staying alive. It doesn't seem to make sense, but having a guy that has his presence, even if the rest of his squad is wiped out, the team's pushed back, whatever the case may be. Now you actually get a glimpse of Kulprit with a sniper rifle in his hands in a little bit here, so make sure you take that in. It doesn't happen too often. If you're able to stay alive, you're able to keep the other team from getting comfortable. You're able to keep the defense from getting set up, or vice versa. You know, on defense, if you're able to push up past, be aggressive, yet stay alive and remain that thorn in their side, you can be incredibly effective, and you can keep them from mounting a coordinated effort against your team. That to me is aggression and rush. You're basically, you're not sitting back, you're not being passive, and I guess that's the gist of it. You're not running and throwing your body at the MCOM. You're not, you know, rounding a corner into a wall of enemies because you're being aggressive and I'm gonna move quickly and I've got sprint on and or lightweight in Black Ops, whatever it might be. No, that has nothing to do with it. Basically, what you're doing is you're keeping the pressure on them. You're not playing passively. All right, you're dictating the tempo. You're dictating where we're gonna fight. We're not gonna fight where you have the defensive power positions and I have to run through this alleyway. No, I'm going to get the power position. I'm going to make you run through the alleyway. To me, that's aggression. You're dictating the pace. You're dictating the tempo. You're dictating the battlefield, so to speak, where the gunfights are going to happen, and you stay alive, and you keep your presence there. If you're able to do that, you're going to be much, much more successful. And that, to me, is how you play aggressive in these games. Don't misconstrue aggression as just flailing your body at the objectives and getting killed repeatedly over, because you're doing much more harm to your team than you would be otherwise. So there you go, guys. Just a quick little video, kind of a quick little monologue on aggression, how I work to play aggressive in my own game. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please post in the comments how you play aggressive, how you think you might be playing aggressive wrong if you are, because I know I do sometimes. You guys have probably seen it in videos, so let me hear what you got to say. Again, like always, like, favorite, share with your friends are always appreciated. And thank you for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.